Welcome back. We now cross over to our international correspondent, David Kibuuka, who's in Sao Paulo. Dave, what's happening there?
The Brazilians are protesting against their corrupt government, and they've chosen to do this when the whole world is focused on them. They don't understand the concept of behaving when you have visitors. Because when we had the World Cup, even our criminals behaved themselves. Like during the World Cup, before they stole your laptop, criminals would ask, have you backed up your information? Have you backed up your information?
Yeah, I wish that continued with that now, Dave.
Me too, Loy. But what's really on my mind is Madiba. I'm glad to see that this whole Madiba situation is bringing the country together. Like we can return to a time when people of all races, black, white, Indian, colored, and Chinese, all did their shopping at ShopRite and Checkers.
Dave, I don't think that was quite Madiba's dream, okay?
What happened to the Rainbow Nation, Loy? Like, when you go to rallies these days, you realize that the country is very split along racial lines. The ANC used to be a multicultural organization, but now it's only comrades. And at ANC rallies, there's always a guy who comes to warm up the crowd before the big leaders come on to speak. He hypes the crowd up, Loy. He hypes the crowd up. Because black people don't just hate white people from when we wake up. We have to be reminded.
Dave, when were you ever at a rally?
The guy comes out and says, I say AN, you say C. AN.
C.
I say AN, you say C. AN.
C.
But then it gets boring, and it's a stadium full of people. So they need to say something different, something that is close to our hearts as black people. He says, I say chicken, you say wings. Chicken.
Wings. What do you take me for, Dave?
We need to unite the country, not only for ourselves, but because we are the powerhouse of the African continent. Like, since the borders have opened, all sorts of Africans have joined us here, like Angolans, Botswanans, Congolese, Zimbabweans, more Zimbabweans, because they were having a clearance sale in Zimbabwe, and our government bought a whole lot of them and placed them strategically at traffic lights. And they placed one in the rugby team. What I'm saying is South Africa has a responsibility not only to itself, but to the African continent to live out Madiba's dream.
But Dave, what has this got to do with Brazil?
Thank you, Loy.
Dave! Well, South Africa, that's David Kibuuka. We'll see him next week.
News that moves. ENCA.com.